what are the monthly strokes?
Yeah.
Based on the interest rate, and to actually show that, hey, monthly, you can make this happen.
Yep.
It's not out of reach. And they don't teach the kids that stuff.
No, they don't because it's hard. And I might be jumping the gun a little bit, but the whole joy happiness discussion you said you wanted to have, right? Hard is tough. Having difficult conversations is tough. In healthcare, I mean, look, the number one thing that the U.S. is facing in healthcare wise is obesity, right? And there's lots of different ways to try to talk around. You got to eat better and go outside and get some exercise. You don't got to lift crazy weights. Just go for a walk, go do something, eat a little bit better, moderate. But those aren't sexy conversations, and they're not easy fixes, and so we tend to just shy away from them.
Yeah, as much as say that the hard conversations are usually going to end with somebody's feelings hurt, because they have to change.
Yes.
And the true entrepreneurs, to be honest with you, we enjoy hearing what we did wrong more than we did right.
Yes.
I enjoy hearing what I did wrong. I'm like, oh, I didn't do that well. How can how would you fix it? And I can learn from that and go, okay, I wouldn't go that route, but I get, 80% of it and I go a different route. I enjoy hearing what I did wrong way more than I did right. I hear somebody go, oh, you did right. I'm like, oh, thanks for the high five. That's awesome.
Yeah.
But it's not going to change my day.
Yep. Well, I don't want to know what I did wrong. I want to know what I could do better. So I don't want that negative attack, but and you can give it to me that way, but I'll flip it in my head and say, here's how I can do better next time.
And that's just it. And that's a perfect way to say it. You're going to flip it in your own head to go, okay, I can do this better. That's cool. I've now made myself a better person off of that learning.
Yeah.
I guess that toggle switch is if we could figure out a way to help people turn that toggle switch over to, this is how I'm going to grow and be a better person through constructive criticism, or just, hey, you could do better this way. That I would love to be able to people to give that message to them, because they get stuck in their own way. And if someone attacks them, they think they're attacking them personally.
Yeah.
I'm not attacking you personally. Yeah. You're like, no, I'm just I want to make you better. If I really wanted to attack you, I would ignore you and walk away.
Exactly.
You're not worth my time.
Yeah. Yep. No. Yep. You invest in people. So it's about probably 7 years ago. And every business, every coach always says, have a mission. What's your team's mission? And I always thought that was just a bunch of fluff, because most of what people came up with was just fluff. It was stuff to call you up and have you make a sign to put on my wall that never gets looked at again.
Yes.
So we created 3 values, and they have guided everything we've done in the practice. And what I learned is that they're the right ones because they're really hard to do. The first is quality care. And that's hard to do because it's really easy to go cheap. A lot of patients sometimes want to go, what's the least amount of product? I just want X, Y, Z. It takes us extra time, extra effort to really argue with the insurance company to get the prescription drug that I want to use approved, instead of going with a generic or Plan B. Not Plan B drug.
Yeah.
Secondary drug. I'm not that kind of healthcare. So quality care. The second is individual responsibility, which sounds really cool and sexy until you say you don't get to ask a manager. You have to make a decision, and then you have to own the decision that you made. And I've had interviewees walk out of the interview room and say, no, we're done, because I can't accept that responsibility. I have to be able to say, my manager told me to do this, which is totally cool. You're just not the right place for us. We're not the right bus for you to be.
No.
And, but then the third is, I tried to make it sound sexy at one point, innovation and constant improvement. It's change. I just call it change. If you ever get comfortable, if the answer to whatever question we ask is, well, that's how we've always done it, we immediately change it, because you have to be comfortable being uncomfortable.
It's true. It's true. I talk about that all the time. Have you ever done the cold plunges or the cold showers or any of that stuff?
Oh yeah, they're horrible, but yeah.
Yeah, I do it all the time. And I absolutely hate it, but yes, you get you uncomfortable, but I've been doing it so much it's not uncomfortable for me anymore. But it's shocking how much it does well for the body. Yeah. The amount of dopamine release and all of that, it always blows my mind.